What a weekend in the wild world of sports and in Game of Thrones, but that doesn't fit in with our game tonight. I'm Lauren Gambino, and this is HQ Sports, the live sports-only mobile trivia game where you win cash for what you know. Here's how it works. I'm going to be taking you through 12 rounds of sports-only trivia. If you can answer all of the questions correctly in 10 seconds or less, you win! Tonight we are playing for $1,000! Ooh, that could be enough money to get you a new jersey for that new player your team just drafted, right? Yeah. We're also playing for points tonight, so every question will be worth those points. They add up and become levels, and levels turn into free passes on questions. Pick up a points multiplier if you want to increase that point total. Anything that gives you an edge and helps you win, right? We, as sports people, are all about that. Legal ways, of course, right? All right, before every game of HQ Sports, we do a little warm-up to get you nice and loose for tonight's game. Find us on Twitter at HQ Sports or drop your answer in the chat right now. We know who had a great weekend, right? We wanted to hear your thoughts on who the biggest losers this weekend were. At My Teams Wear Red says the 76ers are, because they just found out Kawhi can't be stopped. Raptors in 4. Okay. At Mike Wiz 60 says the Islanders, who dropped both home games to the Hurricanes in Brooklyn. Hashtag they have no real home. Mike Wiz, that is pretty tough, I'm sorry. And at D1 Jr. said the Giants picking up a second or third string quarterback for the future. Now, Gettleman, I'm sure, had his reasons. Look.
We got in here Friday night, the question was posed, why didn't you wait until 17? Well, I know for a fact there were two teams that would have taken him in front of 17. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, right. He knew for a fact, he says. Those two teams, the Redskins is one who clearly wanted Dwayne Haskins from the get-go and got him. And then Denver, right. So can you picture that? John Elway texting Gettleman the inside scoop of his draft. A likely story. I'm not a Giants fan, so I don't really care, but I feel like as a GM for any team, you should just stand by the player you drafted and not make excuses. We wanted him, he was rated the best in that position on our list, and be done with him. We got it. Anyway, as always, thanks for participating. Now it's game time. How you feeling? You feeling nice and loose, nice and warmed up after that question? Get the brain flowing a little bit? I hope so, because to the over 102,000 players ready to get in the ring and hopefully come out a champ, let's go. Round 1 starts right now. Which of these nicknames was given to Major League Baseball's first 700 home run man? The Texas Rattlesnake, the Great Bambino, Kung Fu Panda. We're talking about the Sultan of SWAT, the King of Crash. No, not the Great Gambino. That's me. Oh! There she is in her glory days. We're talking about the Great Bambino. I mean, now we are a couple of babes, but back then I would not have said that, no. The Great Bambino is your answer here. 74,275 of you know that one. Yes, George Herman Ruth, whose 714 home runs stood until it was broken by Hammerin' Hank Aaron, of course. Listen, the first couple rounds are super easy, but when you're in the ring after rounds 5, 6, 7, and so on, things get really tough. So hook yourself up with an extra life to help you get back on your feet when a difficult round makes you lose your cool. Let's get back into it right now. Round 2 is coming at ya. For the past 2 years, the number 1 overall NFL draft pick has come from what school? Clemson, Alabama, or Oklahoma? With the number 1 pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Kyler Murray. Yes, he followed in the footsteps of Baker Mayfield, both quarterbacks, both Heisman winners, both number 1 overall, and both from Oklahoma. 58,288 of you knew that one. The Red Sea is in for a treat this year. Oh yes, and I think Josh Rosen handled his exit like a pro. Round 3. Which soccer player just reached the 100-goal mark with the U.S. women's national team? Tobin Heath, Julie Ertz, or Alex Morgan? Only 17 women's players have reached the 100-goal mark in international play. 7 have played for the U.S., whoop whoop, and 2 of them are still on the team. Carly Lloyd and the newest member of the Century Club. It's Alex Morgan. Oh yeah! There she is. Alex Morgan is your answer for round number 3. 61,290 of you got that one. Hey, are you ready? FIFA's Women's World Cup starts June 7th. What do you think? Maybe a theme game? Drop those soccer ball emojis in the chat right now. I'm kicking you over to round 4. What player joined his father and brother as a first-round NFL draft pick last week? Dwayne Haskins, Kyler Murray, or Nick Bosa? Man, talking about the draft. It was a big deal this weekend. Top-rated draft. If you work really hard and get pretty lucky, it's possible to make a living playing football. But it's a lot more possible with good genes. Nick Bosa's dad, John, was picked number 16 overall in 1987. His brother, Joey, is the obvious star who the Chargers took number 3 in 2016. And Nick Bosa went number 2 overall to San Francisco. 55,480 of you getting that one right. Who was your favorite player to get drafted? Nick Bosa was mine. Love a good pass rusher. Round 5. Reese Hoskins' home run against Jacob Rame last week set what StatCast era record? Highest peak, longest distance, or slowest trot? Believe it or not, StatCast does measure how long it takes a home run hitter to get from home to home. And no one has taken longer than Hoskins at 34.2 seconds. We couldn't show the whole thing. We had to give you a little snippet. Slowest trot is that StatCast era record, 39,391 of you saw that. Yes, and you know it was a little revenge trot after Rame threw at him. I say they're even. Round 6. Which of these NBA franchises has not upset a 1 seed in the first round of the playoffs? Warriors, Nuggets, or Heat? We're talking about an 8-over-1 here. Well, the first ever 8-over-1 was Nuggets over Sonics in 1994. And Mutombo might still be holding onto that ball and yelling about it. The Warriors upended Dirk's Mavs in 07, and back then, the Warriors were actually underdogs. The Heat were a 1 that lost to the Knicks at 8. Heat is your answer here. 31,498 of you getting that one right, knocking out over 30,000. You're at round 6. We got another half of this game to go. Let's do it. Round number 7, which is not one of the 2 NHL franchises to have won 4 straight Stanley Cups in the past 70 years. Red Wings, Canadiens, or Islanders? The four-peat has happened 3 times since 1950, and twice it was done by the Montreal Canadiens. The other time, it was the Islanders dynasty of the early 80s. The only team not to do it, the Red Wings here. Red Wings is your answer. 25,259 of you getting that one right. Oh, the Islanders are the only team behind right now. The series is tied up for everybody else, and the Islanders, out of these options, can start to win 4 straight Stanley Cups. Can they do it this year? Let's see. Round number 8. Who is the player seen here winning men's Wimbledon after a tiebreaker? Take a look. Who is that player? Is it Ivan Lundell, John McEnroe, or Bjorn Borg? All right. The tiebreaker was brought to Wimbledon in 1971, but the first time it ended in that dramatic way was when the Iceborg won his 5th consecutive Wimbledon in 1980. Bjorn Borg is your answer here at round number 8. 32,883 of you are in this to win this. We got a couple more to go. They're only getting more challenging. Round number 9. What is the only school to have 2 tight ends picked in the first round of the NFL draft? Alabama, Florida State, or Iowa? I'm sorry, we got the NFL draft on the brain. It was so good this weekend. Tight ends, though, aren't often picked in the first round, and it's even more rare when both of them come from the same school. Iowa must be the new tight end U, with TJ Hawkinson and Noah Fant both going in round number 1. Iowa producing those tight ends. Let's see if any of them will be a Rookie of the Year. 21,950 of you getting that one right. Yes, they are going to Detroit and Denver, respectively. Oh, those Iowa Hawkeyes know how to breed those tight ends. Round number 10. Well, NBA center had the highest single-season assists per game rate since Wilt Chamberlain, Tim Duncan, Nikola Jokic, or Vlade Divac. This just went official. The Nuggets do everything. Man in the middle, Nikola Jokic. His 7.5 dimes per game were the most since Stilt in 67 and 68. Nikola Jokic is your answer here. 17,175 of you getting that one right. And Denver moves on. Throw some of your finals predictions in the chat right now. We got 2 to go here, the toughest of the bunch. Can you hang with me and come out a champ? Round 11. Which team has the greatest number of players on this year's Premier League Team of the Year? Manchester City, Chelsea, or Liverpool? City and Liverpool dominated the end-of-the-year All-Star team, but City had more than half the team, like goalkeeper Ederson, defender Aymeric Laporte, midfielders Fernandinho and Bernardo Silva, and attackers Raheem Sterling and Sergio Aguero were all honored. Manchester City is the answer here at round 11. 10,713 of you knew that one, and you know what that means. You have made it to the final round. It all comes down to this. You worked so hard all of those days in the gym, the pre-workout, the protein shakes, everything to recover and to play your best. Let's see if you can perform now when it matters most. Round 12. Which player currently leads Major League Baseball in wins above replacement? Mike Trout, Christian Yelich, or Cody Bellinger? This is when it matters most. What's your WAR? WAR measures the whole of a player's contribution, hitting, base running, and defense. Trout is the WAR king, but the man having an April for the ages who leads both Fangraphs and Baseball Reference calculations, likely to be this month's MVP, is Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger is our final answer, and we have 3,638 new HQ Sports MVPs. Congratulations! Over 9,900 eliminated in the final round. That's a little bit of a TKO for you, but the ones to survive, 3,638 new winners. I love it. Great group. Looks like you're all taking home about 28 cents. And I know what you're gonna say, but it's 28 cents more than you had 15 minutes and 50 seconds ago. Eden Zell, I see you there. 28 cents is coming your way. Hope your Zeke and my Zeke are the same Zeke. Pure Wen for 28 cents is coming your way as well. Amazing work, and congrats to all of our new HQ Sports MVPs. Take the rest of the week off with 28 cents. You totally can, right? Didn't think so. Better play HQ Sports again on Wednesday to add to that purse, right? We play every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So join us back here for more sports-only trivia. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be back on HQ Trivia. So I'll see you then, friends. Now, the Kentucky Derby is this weekend. I gotta go see a man about a hat. What, that's not the phrase? I'm Lauren Gambino. Until next time, remember to hydrate, focus, and keep your head in the game.